What do we expect to happen with the world right now? There's so much that is going to be interesting. And also, I'm curious, when was the last time that all of these planets were in Aries? Because I think it's pretty significant. That being said and done, Greg and I are starting. Today is our first day of our 60-day complete recalibration, which is super exciting because the last time I did a 60-day detox program was September 2025, not that long ago. And I got a lot out of it. And so today I woke up and I set some intentions as far as like what I am releasing over the next 60 days, what I am practicing, what I'm calling in, what my intentions and my goals are. Two themes that I'm sitting with right now that are repetitive and coming up really strong for me is sitting with restraint, which I've talked about. Restraint in, just because you can doesn't mean you should. And recognizing that, yes, I can, but maybe just not right now is the time for me. Or I'm prioritizing these other things that I'm valuing more than X, Y, and Z. So two personal things that I am restraining myself from doing is shopping, buying unnecessary things, 60 days of just starving the consumption monster that has been running wild, let's just say, to put it mildly, within me. So reeling that consumption monster back in and sitting with creation, co-creation with God, manifesting things and creating things versus consuming. I feel like the consumption over the last year or so has just become so wild and like difficult to tame up until now. That's definitely something that I am very committed to taming and reeling back in and getting it under control. So, restraint. Another thing that I'm sitting with is the resistance, and I've talked about this as well. So, resistance into doing things that I know are really good for me, and up until now, I've been resisting doing. So, restraint and resistance are the theme of the next 60 days, really sitting with these two things and exercising them into my life is very important to me. And I'll tell you why, because a person who doesn't have control over their addictions or over their vices or over their weaknesses is a person whom is not the 10x version of me that I want to be. The 10x version of me is a Jedi self-master. The 10x version of me is superhuman. The 10x version of me is in control of things that are weaknesses, right? And so flexing that muscle and strengthening weaknesses is very important to me. I want to be the type of person, and I am the type of person who is a master of herself. And being a master of myself is very important to me. Being a superhuman is very important to me. So the 10x version of me has reeled herself in and understands how to sit with restraint and how to lean into resistance. So over the next 60 days, that's a really big intention for me. And then, using what I have, falling in love with what I have, being grateful for what I already have is really big. Appreciating the things that I have around me already is also really important. And then I'm really looking forward to going a layer deeper with my detoxification, like my physical detoxification process. That it feeds my spiritual well-being and my mental well-being. So I will be continuing that more religiously over the next 60 days. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited about who I get to become at the end of 60 days. And so I'm going to take you for a ride and walk you through this journey. So it's a really big 60 days of my dreams coming true, my becoming, my sharing my dreams with you and what that means for you. So I'm just really excited, and I'm going to stay in this excitement and practice holding excitement no matter what. Another thing that Greg and I are also very meticulous and hold each other accountable about is our language, making sure that when we are communicating outwardly to the universe, we are only speaking words that we want to manifest. And that means no sarcasm, no joking when you're saying things that are counterintuitive or counter-intending what it is that you want to manifest. Those jokes are not funny and should not be spoken out loud. And so I'm doing my best to restrain myself from saying things I do not want to manifest. So another place restraint comes in. And leaning into the resistance of, but I'm just kidding. Surely the universe knows when I'm joking. No, that's not at this level. The 10x level has no room for that. That doesn't cut it at this, higher level of being super meticulous and diligent about who you're becoming and what you're speaking into existence. So a few places where we are fine-tuning and refining, and that in itself is really exciting. And I think that's what's going to move the needle forward in a really big way. It's these tiny little things that go unnoticed from your conscious mind that we're holding each other accountable toward, because he sees things that I cannot see and I see things that he cannot see. And together we're the perfect team. We get to hold each other accountable for that. So sharing today's big revelation of starting the 60-day foundation program officially. Happy April 16th, and I will update you very shortly. And I just want to say one more thing before I wrap it up. You're not doing the complete recalibration, like full-on detoxification program with us just yet, but why not follow along for the journey and actually set some intentions as far as like physically, mentally, and spiritually? What are your intentions and goals over the next 60 days? As if you're recalibrating with us, right? So what are some things on a spiritual and mental level, some limiting belief patterns that you want to unravel and actually release that are no longer serving you, that you're actually conscious about right now? What are some of those things? Also, on a physical level, as far as like becoming a healthier version of you over the next 60 days, what are some things that you can implement and put into practice? How about quitting sugar for 60 days? Processed sugar, refined sugar, honey, any additional things that you do that are just processed and unhealthy sugars that you want to cut out of your diet. If you did that for 60 days, I promise you, you're going to see really big results. Every week with the Complete Recalibration 60-day program, we cut out certain allergens and things that, cause really big sensitivities. And so this week, what we're cutting out is all the refined and processed sugars. We don't really consume that much refined and processed sugar to begin with. However, we're going to dial it in. So that means no honey, no stevia, just any places where hidden sugars are, take those out. Take them out. Eat fruit. No desserts, things like that. So the first thing that we're doing is cutting out sugar. So I invite you this week, join us, cut out the sugar. Make your intentions and your goals list of what you're releasing, what you're calling in, and who you want to be at the end of these 60 days. Join us on this journey. I would love, love, love to hear from you, and also understand what you want to learn more about when it comes to recalibrating your body and really detoxing your body and fine-tuning who you are and how to go through self-mastery. So please comment below. I am personally reading all comments and will personally respond. I'm really, really looking forward to hearing from you.